Alright, so let me show you what I've got going on here. I have this old cabinet face, and I actually have two more of these. They are just completely unfinished wood, and I got them from a reclaim store, and I've just never done anything with them. And what I want to do is put a chalkboard in the middle and then paint the outside. So my plan is to test out this finish very soon. I'm hoping to repaint our cabinets. You can see that they need it. They were repainted by someone and they didn't do a very good job, so they need it. And so here's my little test swatch, that gray, that really light gray back there. And so I thought, what a great way to test this finish on an unfinished cabinet door that is not going to be permanently affected like the cabinets will be. So my plan here is to use the Seagull Gray. This is a milk paint. I have a glaze effect in pitch black, and then this is an extender next to it that will be added to the glaze to give it a longer life so it can be spread, and I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. And then I have this one coat polyurethane to seal it all. And then I'm going to be using my chalk paint brush set. All of these items I'll put in my Amazon favorites store, so you can check that link down in the description box below. But I love these brushes. I've used them to refinish some furniture, which I will link those videos down below too if you're interested in that. But basically, this is a brush kit with a sanding block. It's got 3 different paint brushes in it. It also has a bag to keep it all in, but I just really like using the box. It keeps everything nice and organized and keeps it from getting smushed. There also is a set of gloves and some soap that you use to clean your brushes with. And then last in here is a spatula. So it's just a really nice kit. I'm going to use it with the milk paint today. And even though I'm going to be creating this as a chalkboard and sort of a decorative item, I thought it'd be a great test run of the cabinet effect that we want, just to see if I like it before we go all out with the kitchen. So the first thing I'm going to do is just add 2 coats of the Seagull Gray chalk paint, or I'm sorry, milk paint, to the entire thing. All right, so here is what it looks like after 2 coats. So it did cover pretty good. It was bare wood, so it did suck up the paint pretty good, but still 2 coats covered really nicely. And before I add the glaze effect, I'm going to seal the paint. So you can do this either way. You can do the glazing effect first, and what that will do is sort of make it look dingy, like the paint will absorb it, whereas I don't really want that much of a rustic or weathered look. So what I want to do is add this clear coat to the top first, and then what will happen is when I add the glaze to it, the glaze will just kind of accent the edges here. And it's not going to be like all over. You'll have a little bit more control over where your glaze goes, and it'll kind of slide on instead of absorb into the paint. So I hope that did make sense. If you have any questions, you can leave those down in the comments below. I'm going to be using this Minwax 1-coat polyurethane. It is non-yellowing, which is why I really like this. And it is a clear satin finish. And then I just have a regular nylon paintbrush to apply it. And I'm just going to do 1 coat of that. All right, so here is a look at the cabinet door, sealed and dried. I think I will probably use a different sealer for my actual cabinet doors and a roller, a paint roller, just so I don't have the paintbrush strokes so badly like that left. I might even use plain polyacrylic instead of the one coat kind. But it's serving its purpose for this. It sealed this all in for me so I can try out this glaze. So I have the Glaze Effects by General Finishes in the color Pitch Black, and then I'm going to be adding an extender to it, and that'll just give me extra time to move the glaze around before it dries. So you want to add, basically it says 10 to 20% to your glaze effects. So 90% and 10% or 80% and 20% basically. And I'm not going to need a whole lot for this. It's just one little door. But to apply it, I have cut down a flour sack towel, and I'm going to use a pair of gloves and just wipe it on and wipe it off. All right, so here's a look at the cabinet door with the glaze effect on it, and I have to say it's really pretty. I really like the look of it, but I don't necessarily think I'm going to like the look of it for the cabinets. It's just too dingy and dirty looking for such a big kitchen with so many cabinets in it. So I think what I will do for the actual cabinets is just go for a more clean look and just use the Seagull Gray paint. I'm gonna keep this way because I think it's really pretty as an accent piece. And I'm gonna do what I had purposefully done this all for, even though I brought you guys all along for this experiment. I am gonna turn this into a chalkboard. So after this is dry, I'm gonna use chalkboard paint in the middle here. So I'm gonna use painter's tape to tape off the edges, and then just paint the middle of the cabinet door with the chalkboard paint. All right, and here is the cabinet door the next day. I added 3 coats of the chalkboard paint, and now I'm going to use a X-Acto knife to score along the edges, and that way I'll get a clean line whenever I peel off the painter's tape. Okay, so let me show you what I have here. I am inside my Silhouette Studio program. I have a Silhouette Cameo that I cut all of my decals and stencils with. I believe this is the 3rd generation of Silhouette Cameos, but I have my design on here. I've made it 3 inches tall by about 6 inches wide, which is what will fit on my cabinet door. So if you're creating this, you're gonna wanna make yours to fit the size that you need. But I will also have this design available in my Etsy shop, which is crossinmyheart.com. And you can purchase the design and either make a stencil with it, make a decal with it. You can adjust the sizes of this to fit your project, add it to a wood sign, add it to a pre-made chalkboard. So there's lots of things you can do if you purchase the file and have a vinyl cutting machine that it will work with. This will be sold as an SVG file as well as a JPEG file. So you could also purchase the design and then print it on your printer as well. So there's lots of ways you can use this file, or you can also find this decal. I'll have it available in white, just like you'll see today on the chalkboard. So if you don't have a vinyl cutter, you can also purchase this decal and add it to your own project. So if you want to just paint some wood with some chalkboard paint and add it to that, that would be really cute. And like I said, you could add it to a pre-made chalkboard as well. So anyway, if you have a vinyl cutter or a Silhouette, I actually am going to make multiples of these. So I have this design set up to cut 3 for me right now, and I'm just gonna go ahead and send it over to my Silhouette machine. I always cut it with a ratchet blade set on 3, the blade set on 3, and then the speed set on 10. I always bump this all the way up as far as it will go because I'm always cutting lots and lots of stencils and decals in a day, and I don't want it to take forever. And then as far as the force goes, I bump this down to 12. So if you have a Silhouette, then those are the settings that I always cut my vinyl with, as well as my stencil material, the Aura Mask. So now that I have this all ready to go, I'm just gonna hit send down here at the bottom, and that is going to initiate the cutting. So I'll come back and finish this up once this is done cutting. Okay, so here is my design all cut out. I'm going to weed out all the excess that I don't want. And then I use Duck brand clear laminate from Walmart for my transfer paper. So I'm going to apply the transfer paper, peel up the vinyl decal, and place it onto the door. Here's a look at the decal all applied, and I just love the look of vinyl. It really has a clean, nice finish to it, and I could not be more happy about that. That just really makes the door. But we're gonna give it one more final finishing touch. So I have a old clothespin, and I'm gonna paint it black so it'll match this. And then what I'm gonna do is hot glue it onto the side of the door here. And what that is going to do is will be a holder for our piece of chalk, which will keep it nice and handy for each time that we go to erase and redraw our new verse. This really was a fun project to work on. I really enjoy trying out new products and trying new techniques out. And even though this is definitely not going to work out for our kitchen cabinets, it was a really nice finish for accent pieces like this chalkboard here. You could use this technique for so many different things. You could use your chalkboard as a menu board, a grocery shopping list. You could use it for motivational messages or quotes or verses like we'll be using ours for. I hope that this tutorial inspired you. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up for me. That helps out my channel so much. You can also hit the share button under this video and share this with your friends and family and inspire them too. Don't forget to check out my Etsy shop, which is at crossingmyheart.com, where you'll find both the decal, which will be ready to use for your project, or the file that you can use to create your own stencils and decals with your own vinyl cutter machine. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I do DIY tutorials every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye guys!